cells, their structure, their behavior, and their function. And this would be the reason why the person would be sick. We're not sick because we didn't have some pharmaceutical drug this morning. We didn't take them. We're not sick because we didn't take some herb or some decoction. We're sick because we ignored our cells. No one told us we had to keep them clean. We have to remove sedimentary sludge periodically because we eat food. Food produces sludge in the human body. And there's preservative in the food. There's poison and toxins in the food. The microtoxin, toxic metal in the food, in the water, in the air we breathe. There's nothing pure. Things are contaminated. We have to remove these things periodically from our body. This is what this program is all about, to bring all of these things to our attention so we can do something about them, so we can keep living with our health intact. This is what we have the ability to do, brothers and sisters, to keep living and keep living. The Almighty created us in such a way we can keep living on this toxic, predatory, and adversary planet. So we thank you once again for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360 with your host, Abdul Shaheed. And we have our guest today, Miss Rita Taylor. And we both are certified symptometry health coaches. And we're a student in the doctoral program at the American School of Symptometry, learning all about health. We're studying food science. We're studying cell science. We're studying blood science. We're studying air science. We're studying water science. All of these sciences we have to understand, have a good understanding of them, because this is what it takes for our body to function properly and keep it normal. We have to learn more, brother and sister, about this body we've been gifted that afford us to have life on this toxic, predatory, and adversary planet. We're not supposed to succumb to a disease. We're supposed to have our health. The Almighty created health. We created disease from our mistakes. Now we have a school teaching people like myself and others, Ms. Rita, how to keep our body functioning properly. All of the cells functioning properly. The nucleus of the cell, the DNA of the cell, the genes, the chromosome, all must be functioning properly. This is what this program is all about, how to reverse sickness and disease. We're not supposed to be sick, nor should we succumb to a disease. We're supposed to be able to put things back to normalcy. And that's what this program, Optimal Health on AM 360, is all about. It's all about. So we're going to share the mic for a moment with our guest, Ms. Rita, to make sure everything is working properly on her end.
Yes.
Excellent.
Everything is working. We're delighted to be here.
Excellent.
Thank you share so the knowledge of making good babies.
Absolutely, Ms. Rita. So we're not going to take another break. We're going to go ahead and share the mic with you. Let me share our disclaimer first. Then we'll give the topic that you'll be discussing. Okay. And we'll also mention the topic that we'll be discussing later. Okay. So brothers and sisters, we'd like to share our disclaimer. This information and knowledge shared on Optimal Health on AM 360 is not from the perspective, is from the perspective of symptometry and symptomatic science, the most scientific means to address the needs of human cells. It is not medical science. It is based on natural law. Any names and terms used in this presentation are not for self-diagnosis purposes. They further your understanding of the precepts and concept of symptomatic science. Please contact your physician or your healthcare provider for any medical recommendation. We thank you so very much for allowing us to share that. And we have the ability to fortify our cells, to fortify our blood, to fortify our DNA against diseases. That's what we're sharing on this program. Every week you come and you learn something and you have to begin to implement it. And we share how you can do that. So today's topic that Mrs. Rita will be sharing with us is pregnancy management, part 1. At the American School of Symptometry, there's a program called Pregnancy Management, how to have a perfect baby without any flaws, how to prepare the mother for having this baby, what it takes to produce the baby with a firm foundation, not coming here weak and susceptible to diseases. We have to start somewhere, brothers and sisters. Now we have the science to make changes and really remake the world and get back on the right track. We have the ability to do it now. We have the science to do it. So, Miss Rita, the mic is yours. Thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360. Thank you. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. We have to keep on moving.
Yeah,
Thank you so very much.
pleasure is all mine. We're delighted. That's technology. We can't do anything about that. But I'm delighted today to share with you what pregnancy management is and what we do at American School of Symptometry. But before, every week I like to share with you the natural law. We are based on natural laws, not medicine. And one of the natural laws that I always want to share with you is that it's called natural law responsibility. This natural law said we are obligated that our cells, organs, glands, and tissue comply with all the natural laws so that we can remain optimally healthy from January 1st to December, year after year. Okay? What does it mean? It means that you remove all the junk in our blood, the blood hindrances producing enzyme and protein and enhancing that oxygenated blood circulate to all our cells, organs, and glands for 24/7. So we are responsible. So one of the things today I'm talking about pregnancy management because people don't even know that we do have pregnancy management at American School of Symptometry. The first baby that was born using this method is almost 18 years old. Okay, healthy, vibrant teenager, intelligent is there. But how many people do know that? But here, my job is to really share with you why people don't do that. Even though it's 18, almost 18 years old, we have only less than 200 women. Hear me out. Less than 200 women that has gone through this program. The question is, why? Because in symptometry, we are talking about health. Even though pregnancy is health, we're talking about health. What is health to you? The health is the reward that our cells bestow on the person who align their mind with the needs of their cell. And it means that that person, the alignment of the gene to the DNA and the DNA to 3 RNAs. Is this person willing to do all it takes to have a healthy baby? It is not a walk in the park. And that's why you have less than 200 people. And if you compare the cost of pregnancy management to the IVF costs over 100,000 for people. And even if their co-payment is $10,000, $15,000 that they have to pay, compared to what we charge, it's less. It's less than $5,000. But how many people are willing to go through to have a healthy baby? And that is our job, to help you understand that if you want a healthy baby, it's up to you. Okay? Intelligent babies are not born, they are made. What does it mean? It means that the kind of children we like to have, not children who will become monsters or burden to their parents or society. And it means that making children entail complying with the law of physics and chemistry, separating the toxic food from the self-friendly food. And speed is the dominant branch of energy that is needed to make babies. Again, let me stress this clearly. Symptometry sign is not for everyone. It's for the few who are willing to do the work. And yes, there are heavy lifting there. There are food that you're not supposed to eat. There are certain things you need to do. There are things you have to abide by if you want to have a healthy baby. That's the reason you don't have a lot of people doing that. But if they do, the reward is great. The baby that you're going to have will be healthy, will be intelligent, will be smart. But we have to make that choice. And as I said, symptometry is not for everyone. But we do have the solution to the IVF problem that people are going through. So, example that I want to share with you. The speed at which the genes release the genetic material to construct the baby brain essential and body essential should not be hindered in any way. And the speed at which the double helix of DNA unwind to transcribe the blueprint to the messenger RNA should not be impeded. And the speed at which messenger RNA transferred to ribosome RNA should not be hampered. Basically, having a healthy, intelligent baby is all about speed. Therefore, not allowing plaque, garbage, gravel to really mess with your blood. And the 3RNA allow every one of the baby enzyme, hormones and neurotransmitters and neurons and baby part to be produced on time in the right shape and form. Let me say this. As soon as you know you are pregnant, as soon as you get that happy news that you're pregnant, that's when you come to symptometry. You don't come 3 months later because it's only 39 weeks and that 39 weeks goes fast. So if you want to take advantage of all the 39 weeks, it starts with conception. And so you need to come so that we can help you clean the garbage that you have so that you can start your baby on the right footing. Okay? And also, making baby requires knowledge. It requires knowledge. It is not just a matter of having intercourse. Let me repeat. It is correcting the mistakes that our parents made so that our children are better, healthier than we were. Okay? Some people think that just having a baby is just having intercourse. No, that is just the conception portion. We need to bring children into the world who are going to be healthy, who are going to perpetuate of a life cycle here that will help them in this toxic planet. Okay, so therefore we want this world to be better than how we came into it. So it's our responsibility to produce intelligent, smart, and healthy children. This current system of bringing fewer intelligent and disease resistant children to the world must be stopped and changed because we are solving problems. Again, remember, nutritionists and herbalists and physicians cannot change this appalling crime infested system because they produce it. Why must we do things differently? Only symptometry can change such stressful system. And it has, as I said, right now, less than 200 women that has gone through the system. But people need to know that there's an alternative beside IVF. If you want to do IVF, call symptometry. We will help you get there without paying, breaking the bank. But you have to be ready, as I said, to do the heavy lifting. No, it is not a slam dunk. No, it is not. I'm going to be honest with you. It is work. Are you willing to do that work to have a healthy baby? A lot of people are not willing to do that. That's why they don't go through it. As I said, the first baby is almost 18 years, and we have less than 200 women that has gone through the system. So, what are some of the food that we need to be eating when we are pregnant? Okay, some foods that we need to be eating, and there's some food that we shouldn't be eating. And this imply if you continue to eat the food that your parents been eating and you've been eating, you are causing a lot of garbage in your blood that needs to be ionized, that needs to be clean for you to have a healthy baby. And one of the things that I'm going to share with you is that we make sure that you rely on the experience, the recommendation of symptometry, not what your parents are telling you to do. Because here we have knowledge, and knowledge is what is going to help you produce a healthy baby. Okay. um, Toxic food do not produce enzymes, they deplete them. Also, pregnant women must produce ancillary enzyme to work at their genetic, chromosomal, DNA, and RNA levels. These ancillary enzymes enable the cell to produce the baby cell essential and body essential on time. Let me tell you about prenatal supplements. When I was pregnant, I was given this big prenatal supplements that you're supposed to take. Symptometry, you don't take them. Why? Because pharmaceutical drug, it removes water from your body. Your body needs water. Your baby was created in water. The amniotic fluid is made with water. So that's why we recommend you at least drink 2 liters of water that is good for the baby. Electrolyte water. Yes, it is pricey, but it is worth it because it have the magnesium and sodium, all those electrolyte that you need in your body is in this water. And we will recommend, even if you're not pregnant, we recommend that you drink this water, 2 liters of water every day. Because why? We are made of water. 85% of our body is water. So if we are made in water, don't you think we need to drink water too? But you need to drink the right kind of water. And that kind of water is not, as I said, it has to have electrolytes in it. So if you have a coach, you call and say, what kind of water should I be drinking? And they will tell you. You go to the grocery store, it's there. And please make it a habit to drink them, 2 liters of water every day. When you get up in the morning, you drink 1 liter right away so that you can clean your system every day. So that goes for a pregnant or a pre-pregnancy person. Okay. So the prenatal supplement, as I said, you should not be taking them at all. Symptometry will have the molecules and the particles that you need to be taking during your 9 months or 39 weeks of pregnancy. Even if you have a headache, you call the coach and say, I have a headache. We will give you the medication for that. Do not take the drugs. You will see your gynecologist. They will do the testing. And if there's any red flags in them, we will correct them as you progress. No medication from the pharmacy. No, no, no. For the whole 39 weeks, no medication, no drugs. As I said, the reason we say no, it repels water. Your body needs water, and you cannot have a baby without water. As I said, you are created in water. And so you need water in your system. Okay? So really we do not tell you to take, we say no, don't take it. Your coach will tell you no because we will give you the particulates and the molecules you need. One thing I want to ask you is, do you know why people have uh, a lot of people have uh, miscarriages? A lot of people on IVF that I know, some friends, they will have an IVF, they will pay $80,000, and then bingo, the baby comes out. And then they go in again for the second one. It comes out. Do you know why? Because they are not producing the right hormones. There are some hormones that you need to produce to prevent miscarriages. And ladies and gentlemen, only symptometry will provide you with that hormones, not anybody else. No way. So that's why I'm saying the road to a healthy baby goes through symptometry. I was not, I didn't go through pregnancy management. I didn't even know about it. But I suffered through it. But now I know better. I want the next generation, my kids, to know better that pregnancy management is the only route for a healthy baby. Because you will be able to produce the hormones, the the hormones you need to make sure that you're producing the cholesterol in your third trimester, so that when the time comes, when the baby is born, you'll be able to breastfeed. Because if you don't, your breast well will be dry and you will be able to do that. A lot of people cannot breastfeed is because they do lack the hormones to help them produce the cholesterol. They lack the hormones to help them. Did I know that? No, I did not. And let me tell you why I did not, because I didn't know any better. So I went through cesarean, another mistake. And the second one is I didn't have the hormones in me to produce the lactone that I need to be producing. So I did not have the colostrum on the third trimester. So when the time came for me to breastfeed there was no milk. There was no milk. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you the reason I'm in symptometry is that I had labor for over 40 hours. And then after that, I had cesarean on top of it. And then there was no milk. It took me months to recover. Pregnancy management, it takes you less than an hour if you're willing to do the work. We have the solution, but you have to make a choice on that. Okay. So this are some, we really do not recommend. We really do not recommend that you take any drugs, period. And as a matter of fact, we don't recommend you take drugs right now, because if you take drugs, it removes the water that you're made of. Okay. Um, the other thing I like to also share with you is um, herbs. A lot of people, okay, take herbal supplement, including tea and coffee and decoctions. It do have some poison. Tea has some poison. Hot chocolate have poison. Those are the things that you need to know. You need to ask your coach why you should not be drinking tea, why you should not be drinking hot cocoa and coffee, because they have trophyllin and trobromide in these things, and you need to know that. Okay. What about amino acid that are sold in stores? They are not, they're garbage. The binders are toxic to the fetus. So don't buy any drugs in store. Only depend on what symptometry will provide you, and we will provide you every month with what you need. And if there's a red flag, let the coach know right away and we will correct it, because that's the reason we are doing pregnancy management, because we want you to have a healthy baby, that the baby is born with all the faculties, is born with everything that is supposed to have, without having, spina bifida, all those things in the brain that we take care of. Because you know what, the first thing that the baby produce is the nervous system, the brain and nervous system. So you need to know that. And so make sure that you're taken care of. Again, remember that the garbage that you have in your body, it needs to be clean. It needs to be ionized. And we recommend you come in and ionize those garbage before you even start thinking about pregnancy, so that when you come in, you'll be ready to roll. Okay. What about alcohol during the gestation period? Do you know what a gestation period is? Is the gestation period is the period of inception to the time that you deliver. And normally for a normal child, you should have the baby full term at 30 after 38 weeks. 38 weeks, 39 weeks, that is full term. If you have the baby around 27 to 37 weeks, that is preterm. And in symptometry, we will not go through preterm. You have a full term, because we're going to work with you to make sure that any red flags that your test result produce, we will take care of it. But one thing I advise with all of you is that if you clean your system with with clean your system with ionize the blood impurities in your blood that you have, it will be easier for you to have pregnancy with no red flags. Because remember, the red flag that you're going to have, we'll have to make sure that we correct them. But if you correct them before pregnancy, make sure you are ionizing your blood with ancillary enzymes and all this, you will be able to have a clean pregnancy. Because any red flag you get from your gynecologist, it needs to be brought to the coach and the doctor, and we will correct it. And of course, we will make sure that it's corrected right away, and you have to do them. There are some people who can drink water when they are pregnant. That is not good. We are made of water. We have to make sure that the hydrogen is not removed. So if you can't drink water, you need to bring it to the coach attention, so that we will correct it. So that we give it the particular to remove that, so you'll be able to drink water, because you need to drink water. We are made of water. Okay, so that is some of the things you need to know. Alcohol. We are not supposed to be drinking alcohol or marijuana or whatever drug. They are not, alcohol is a product of fermented and processed cellulose or fructose. And this excessive fermentation would be dangerously toxic to the baby 3 nervous system. As I said, the first thing that we put is the nervous system, and it need to be protected. And water in your body needs to be protected. You are made of water. You should be full of water. Morning sickness. People say, oh, it's normal to have morning sickness. No, 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 it is not normal to have morning sickness. And no, no, it's not normal to be vomiting. Those are the old folks' tale that, oh, it's okay to have morning sickness. You need to bring it to the attention of your coach and the doctor, and we will correct it. Okay? What causes morning sickness in a pregnant woman? It is lack of motion and stasis in the gastrointestinal tract that cause morning sickness. Okay? And what causes the inertia and stasis is lack of enough thermal energy. And electrical energy is the answer. Okay? The zygote, which is that will produce, need all the water and nutrients so that it can keep growing in a balanced and harmonious manner for 38 to 39 weeks. If persistent morning sickness is not stopped as quickly as possible, some of the baby organs may not fully develop, or the baby could be born premature. And if you're born premature, you know what? They put the baby in an incubator for weeks and weeks and weeks for the organs to develop. And you don't know what will come after that. Even if it's developed, what kind of disease is that baby going to have? So um, instead of waiting to be premature, why don't you prevent it? You see, pregnancy management is a prevention method for mothers, for families, because a healthy child will save you a lot of money. You don't have to go to the doctor, the pediatrician the first week and said, my baby can suck. Why can't your baby suck? Why, and then you crying like my baby can suck. So whatever. Well, the baby should be able to suck. A normal baby should be able to suck. And again, that is the reason that pregnancy management is the wave of the future. If you really want to have a healthy baby, pregnancy management is the only way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the only way to have a healthy baby. Anything less is not sufficient because symptometry science have been doing this. And the people that have had these babies are intelligent, healthy, with no issues. People will say, well, I did not have a pregnancy management, but I turned out okay. Are you sure you turned out okay? What kind of things is your baby doing that you don't know? Is the person a thief, a liar at the age of 6? That is not okay. I You want to make sure your child is healthy, healthy in the mind, healthy in the brain. And you know what? Your liver need to be protected. All these things we protect the vital organs of the baby. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not joking with you, but the people have gone through pregnancy management. If they follow through the recommendation by the doctor, they eat the food cooked the right way, scientific cooking and eating and living, and willing to eat the meat cooked the way we ask them to cook. They do them all the time. When the time comes, I've talked to parents, the baby comes out in a flash. Some of them you have to be quick because as soon as the water breaks, you're not going to be going for the 40 hours that I did go through because my service was not dilating till 10. It got stuck at 6 for 20, almost 30 hours because I didn't provide the hormones. I did not have the hormones in me to make sure that my service will dilate. Pregnancy management will prevent that. And you'll be able to have your baby within an hour or less. Oh, I wish I had that. 40 hours, cesarean, with all the side effects. Let me tell you, vaginal birth is the only way. Why? Because after cesarean, you have the side effect later when you grow up. I'm still fighting that. I'm still fighting some of the side effects of going through cesarean. Every woman on this planet, if you're blessed to have a child, should have it vaginally, not cesarean. Because they don't tell you, the doctors, they sign their check, they get the money, they don't tell you the side effect. Once you sign for that surgery that you approved, they're off the hook. So everything that comes to you, it is you. If you have incontinence, a lot of people have incontinence not because they're old. No, no, not at all. You have incontinence if you have had cesarean, which I had too. You will have incontinence and you're going to have to repair it. It's not because you're aging, it's a side effect. Pregnancy management is the only tool that will provide you with a healthy baby. A baby that is producing all the neurons and neurotransmitters every day, and the mother too. So it's a double protection. The baby is producing neurons and neurotransmitters. If you're doing that, you're going to be smart and healthy. If you're not, and you decide to go your own way, which 99.9% of the population do, more power to you. Because you know what? As soon as you hit the pediatrician office complaining, you remember, oh, why didn't I do this pregnancy management business? And again, I'm going to tell you, it's not an easy road. I'm going to be honest with you. In symptometry, we'd call a spade a spade. The cost is minimal, but are you willing to, to sacrifice to have a healthy baby? Are you willing to do everything the doctor asks you to do? Are you willing to cook your food scientifically and prepare your vegetables and meat scientifically? Are you prepared to do all of that stuff? No shortcut, because we're human beings and we do like shortcuts. Are you willing? And if you're willing, the baby that you're going to be producing will be a healthy baby that will be born in less than an hour. So you can get home and get on your business of being a mother instead of being a patient after the baby. That's how I was. I was a patient. The stitches were painful. I have to mess with that. I have UTIs. I couldn't eat for months. And so my passion about symptomic pregnancy management is a story. It's my own story. And I want the world to know that we can change it because we have the knowledge. We have the hormones to help you dilate to 6 out to 10. We have what it needs for you because if you follow the protocol and do everything, not take his pharmaceutical drug, you will have a healthy baby. So, brothers and sisters, the solution for a healthy baby is here right now in 2026. And if you're interested or if you don't, this is for everyone. This is not only for women, this is for men, for grandmas, because what we are telling the world is something that we all need. You need water. You are made of water. 85%. If you're not drinking water, the right kind of water, not alkaline water, but water that has electrolytes which your body needs, you're doing the right thing. If you're not drinking coffee and tea and all this stuff, yeah. If you're just drinking water that is saturated with sugar and fruit juices and stuff, then that's the choice you make. But if you're willing to have a healthy baby, a baby that will come out in less than an hour, then I am imploring you that if you know of anybody who wants to get pregnant, let them call symptometry. Let them call us. Call Brother Saheed. He will tell you. And we will help you have produce a healthy baby. Assalamu alaikum. That is the story of pregnancy management, part one, that you need to be aware of. If it's going to be, it is up to you and your health. And health is wealth. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, like I said, Ms. Rita, that is excellent. We're going to take a short break and come back and see if our audience has any questions for you. They should have questions. Pregnancy management. What is pregnancy management? You should want to know to have a perfect, healthy, law-abiding citizen. That's what we need more of in the world. With people working together. This is what it's going to take, brothers and sisters. We have the solution. Now we have to implement it. We have the science to produce a perfectly healthy baby with a firm foundation. Come here with resistance to diseases. So we will have questions right after we get back. We thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360 with your host, Abdul Shaheed, and our guest today, Mrs. Rita Taylor. We both are certified scintimetry health coaches. We'll be right back. Thank you.
The results are in. Consumption of certain foods can be harmful to your physical and mental health. When diagnosed with a terminal illness and given a low chance of survival, Dr. Maxwell Nardi had a deep feeling that food had caused cirrhosis of his liver. When no cure was available through medication, after years of extensive laboratory research, he invented symptometric science and used it to save his life. Through research, Dr. Nardi discovered that some common foods are harmful to the human immune system and that overconsumption can destroy stem cells. Stem cells govern the immune system and vital organs like the liver, heart, and kidneys. Dr. Nardi's research offers cures for diseases, body aches, hair, and memory loss. He discovered by eating the right foods, necessary energy is created to help live a long, healthy life. Results from his incredible research is now available in the book, What to Consume, Mankind's Safest Consumables, now available through Amazon and Kindle. Listen to these verified Amazon customer reviews. 5 out of 5 stars. Very good information. Mind blowing. This book really opens your mind. It's a very short read. Once I started reading, I couldn't stop, so I finished it in one setting. I recommend this book for all. Thank you, Dr. Maxwell Nardi. Learn how to live a more healthy life today. Order What to Consume, Mankind's Safest Consumables by Dr. Maxwell Nardi at Amazon and Kindle.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You're with Abdul Shaheed, your host of Optimal Health on AM 360, and our guest, Mrs. Rita Taylor. Brothers and sisters, we're in the midst of our telethon. We're raising funds. We need your support. We need your support. Here on CWSC.us and AM 360, American Muslim 360. We have this platform and we're asking you for your support We have a few days left into our telethon, CWSC semi-annual and AM 360 telethon from June 1st to June 30th. We're gonna have a couple more days. Matter of fact, one more day after today. We need your support. We need you to make a contribution. Go to cwsc.us, click on the donate button, and follow the prompts. Or you can call 910-317-0297, and a representative will be happy to assist you. We certainly appreciate your support. You see the various initiatives that we have. We're broadcasting, which is the AM 360 platform that we're on right now, Think Tank, MCNRD, and Volunteer Network, Speaker Bureau. We have college scholarship program, financial aid. We also have faith-based collaborative where we're working together with other religions, and jobs and careers, as well as financial literacy. All these initiatives are very, very important in our community so we can build a better and healthier community life. We thank you for your support. Brother and sister, anybody have a question for our guests? Now's the time. Question about pregnancy management, what it takes to have a healthy baby. Why is food important? Whose responsibility is it to build a firm foundation in the baby? These are just some of the questions you should have. Listen to what Miss Rita had to present. Brother and sister, our life is in our own hands. Nobody is coming to save us. They're not coming. If they were coming, they would have been here already. Lord knows we needed saving. But we have to save ourselves. That is the conclusion that we all have to draw. Now we have knowledge to improve our health, to improve the quality of our brain by producing neurons. The baby must start producing neurons.
Amen.
Otherwise, you're setting up a criminal in your own home. You're making the baby susceptible for criminality if you don't produce neurons every day.
Yes.
If the mother doesn't produce neurons every day. Broken home, that's where it starts. Lack of neurons, believe it or not.
Exactly.
We have to produce neurons every day as a human being, brother and sister. It starts with our babies. This is how we remake the world. Anything else is just a joke. I'm sorry. It starts with our own body. Each individual. There's a natural law called the law of responsibility. We are responsible for ourselves. No one else is.
It is.
The Almighty gifted each and every one with a human body. We are responsible for taking care of it and learning if we don't know how to take care of it. Now we have a school, an institution, producing people like myself and Miss Rita and others that's here with us today, some of them. They're students. It's a real school with real knowledge.
Knowledge you can use
every day to be healthy, to be a functioning human being, a law-abiding citizen, working and cooperating with others. Why we can't get together? Why we can't unite? Well, like the neurons, neurotransmitter, we're not producing enough of them. So if you have a question, this is an excellent subject, Ms. Rita, to ask questions. It helps us to figure out what is going on in the world. All over the world, we have the same problem, same issues. And it starts with the individual health of the individual. That's where all the problem starts.
Exactly. We should.
If we keep ignoring them, they're going to get worse and worse and worse. These are the conditions. Just look around. Just look around.
And one thing that I want to share with you is that the investment that you're making to have to go through pregnancy management and have a healthy baby is going to pay off later on in life, okay? Because when you have a healthy baby, it means you're not running to the doctor. You don't have this and that and that.
Absolutely.
It's taken care of. And you know what? When you talk about your health being wealth, it is you're building your wealth as you invest in a healthy child.
Absolutely.
How many kids are born blind? How many kids are born they couldn't hear? Okay, or congenital heart defect. I mean, how many or spinal bifida? How many
Sickle
kids?
cell, all these
And
different diseases, Miss Rita. Sickle cell.
exactly,
You can
sickle
stop it.
cell is all there, and if you take care of it now, it's going to pay off that you don't have to worry about it. If you have sickle cell, then you have to go through testing, you have to do this and all. My goodness, it is this. I wish I have known pregnancy management when I was pregnant, because after I went through what I went through, I made a promise. I will not go through this again. I will make sure somebody know about it so that they don't have to go through what I've gone through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So anybody have a question for our guests? Any question at all?
Yeah, and
You
it's
get ready
very,
to leave, you're going to be trying to ask me all the questions.
yeah, and besides, it's not only for women though. This message,
Absolutely.
it is for everyone, men, because the foundation that we build on start in the womb. A good foundation start in the womb. It doesn't start after birth. It's too late. And so
Absolutely.
if you want to change the world, we need to start with one baby at a time.
One baby at a time. As a matter of fact, Ms. Rita, we have to start with the sperm that ignite life in the egg.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It starts with the man. What kind of sperm? What's the quality of the man's sperm? We just overlook and take everything for granted. Just like, oh, is this supposed to happen like that? No.
No.
If you're not involved and you're not engaged, what's the quality of the man's sperm that's going to ignite the egg, going to fuse and produce a zygote? What's the
Right.
quality of the man's sperm? Does he smoke marijuana? Is he smoking hashes?
Mm-hmm.
Is he smoking crack? Is he drinking alcohol every day?
Mm-hmm. And the man has the right hormones. Remember, the hormone that really help us with everything. The man should have the right hormones
Exactly.
to pregnant the woman. And if you don't have the right hormone, you might not be able to father a child. So this thing we're talking about is not only for women, but it's also for men and young
For the
men.
whole family, the whole
It's the whole family.
community. It's a big deal, Miss Rita.
It is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It can solve so many of our problems. In the very beginning, we start off with all these problems, and they just compound and compound and compound and get so complex, the family is overwhelmed. It doesn't have to be like that.
No.
Our children can give us an excellent future. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what the intent of the Almighty is. But we have to participate. We have to do our part. Each and every one of us has become knowledgeable. Pregnancy management, the method to prolong the life of the human being. Self-perpetuation. Self-perpetuation. Who don't want to know more about that?
Exactly. And
Procreation. Who don't want to know more?
and and no, do you want a child that will not talk back to you 100 times because they don't want, these are all kinds of things that we
Exactly.
take
That's
for.
not stubborn. They're not stubborn. They have to fight with you every little turn. You got to fight them. There's a reason why the child is stubborn. There's a reason why the child can't sleep at night.
No.
And has
and,
that device in their hand all day long. There's a reason.
and they can't even read a book now. They don't even know how to talk to anybody because that's what they do is have a device that is sitting in front of them instead of talking and saying hello. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, so a healthy child is important, and I am just saying that symptometry do have the solution.
Well,
And
Miss Rita,
mhm.
nobody in the audience seemed to have a question. I have a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Just to bring out a few more details.
Sure.
Your presentation was excellent.
Thank you.
I'm just sorry nobody have a question, but so I have to be prepared
Sure.
as the host to ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Here's a question. How does the baby get sedimentary sludge in it before it is even born and fully developed? How does the baby get sedimentary sludge? We talk about sludge that that the father had to remove sludge from his body, that the mother had to remove sludge because it would block the cell from receiving nutrients and resources into them. So how does a baby get sludge?
It's in the mother.
It's in the mother. Would
It's
you
in the
emphasize
mother.
that a little bit more? I want them to hear this.
Well, it's in the mother. And that's what I was talking to you before, even before you get pregnant. You need to clean the sedimentary sludge. I've been building that the food you eat, the chaotic food that you eat, that builds sludge. And that needs to be removed. I'm doing it on a daily basis because I know that I have to remove that.
Absolutely.
Everybody need to be removed, and with ancillary enzyme, so that you can remove that sedimentary. So we recommend that before you even get pregnant, come to symptometry and say, I want to remove the garbage that I have in my body, and we will help you. Because if you remove them and then you start a pregnancy, it's even easier. The sedimentary slide that she's talking about, the garbage, you know what? We are made. Garbage is part of us, whether we like it or not, and we have to remove it.
Where does the garbage come from? The sedimentary sludge, Miss Rita, where does it come from?
It comes from the food.
We have to eat food to live.
Yeah, we need to eat food to live, but what kind of food are you eating? Even there's no right or right food or wrong. It all depends on how you're preparing it and the food. There's no right food or right. You can eat anything so long as you have the enzyme to
Absolutely,
digest it.
the enzyme to digest it.
You have to have enzyme to digest it, because if you don't have the enzyme to digest it, then when you eat it, you're going to have the hives, you're going to have all that stuff, because it's telling you that you don't have the right enzyme to digest the food.
So if the sedimentary sludge is not removed, where would it be in the person?
It will be in your blood. It will be in your tissues.
Absolutely. In the blood, in the tissue, in the fiber of the person,
Everywhere.
in the passageway, the canal, the ducts, everywhere. So how can oxygenated blood reach the cell if you got sedimentary sludge and garbage everywhere? Even the fiber of the person, that would be sedimentary sludge. We've made of collagen. Collagen is human fiber, human protein. The sludge will be in the protein.
And it has to be removed.
How are you going to get nutrients and resources through all of that to reach the cell? It's not going to happen. So symptom and disease the person is going to have.
Exactly. And if that sedimentary sludge is not removed, the plasma membrane will be shut.
How do you spend time to remove the sedimentary sludge, Miss Rita?
Well, ionizing the
with what do we ionize with?
With what's the name? Okay.
The power
of pressure and strength and
I know, but what are they called? What are they called, Ms. Rita?
Vibration?
White balls.
Vibration?
No, what are they called? They come in a little bottle.
Oh, particulates.
Yes, they don't know this.
Yeah, that's the particulate, but you have to.
They are particulates.
Yeah, they are particulates.
Particulates are subatomic particles.
Exactly.
That's what they are, subatomic particles. And that's what we need to use to remove the sedimentary sludge. To remove the sludge.
And only symptometry do have the subatomic particles, nowhere else.
No one else. It is the power of particulate subatomic particle to liquefy, break the bond on the sedimentary sludge, on the end-up substance, on concretion. We even have concretion in our body. Every time the cell breaks down to produce a new cell that replaces old cell, there'll be garbage and concretion.
And that needs to be
gout deposit. All these things are going to be left behind. It is your responsibility. We're sharing this information today to let you know that it is your responsibility to remove them. If they accumulate into the passageway, oxygen in the blood will not get through.
And remember, when you have the red flags, when you go to the doctors and they do the blood work and the blood and you get the results and whatever, the red flags, it's telling you that your sedimentary sludge that you have in your body, it need to be removed. It has to be removed because they wouldn't tell you that. They would just say, okay, well, see us in 6 months, or they'll give you a pill and do whatever. But the pill doesn't
Absolutely.
do
They
anything.
just give you some more drugs, or you go to the health food store and you get some herbs or some supplement that's going to create more garbage and make matters worse.
Yes.
If the
So
cells are not receiving what you're eating, what do you think? What make you think you're going to supplement going to get through? What make you think that the herb going to get through? No, you have not removed the sedimentary sludge that's covering the plasma membrane of the cell.
it's to be removed because in that it called it, you will have it will shut down.
Exactly. The
It will
cell
shut
will be on
down.
lockdown, lockdown. And then if you don't do anything, they're going to atrophy. They're going to go under suspended animation. They will not function. They will cease to function. So when you have a billion cells that happen to, you're going to have a chronic disease.
Exactly. And if you're going to have a baby and you don't have everything clean and you're going to have a baby, believe me, you'll be having red flags all over the place. And the doctor symptometry has to remove it. It has to be removed. That is our job to make sure that is done because the nutrients will not be going through the body.
Absolutely. I have another question. Unless someone else have a question, you're free to ask the question. Who is responsible for producing a law-abiding citizen in the baby? For making the baby to
You,
come here with a firm foundation. Who is responsible, Ms. Rita?
you. It is you, the mother. You are responsible because we have what we call the law of responsibility. It is your responsibility to make sure the baby that you're producing is going to be healthy. And that is not by word, by deed. And the deed is that going through pregnancy management, making sure you're cooking your food scientifically, avoiding certain food, the nuts, especially those nuts, that people eat every day, that is all that is causing a lot of issue. You need to stop that. And that's why I'm saying that pregnancy management is not for everyone because the first child is going to be almost 18 years. And how many women have done the heavy lifting? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So we have ways to go, but I'm very hopeful that people, as they know, they have the knowledge, they'll make the right choices because you want to have your baby within an hour, who wouldn't? I'll be running to get it. So that
So
is
can we say, Ms. Rita, that if the mother do not improve what they're doing, their eating habits, their lifestyle, that they're responsible for this mess that we have in the world?
yes, they are. I
Bringing
mean,
these children who are absolutely off the change.
yes, you are responsible. And it's for you to change because with the knowledge we have, every child that is born should have a healthy start, should have a good foundation. That's all pregnancy management is a foundation of the world. It's a foundation of the future. Every child start the process at the foundation of the world. And if we have more people, more children being born healthy, then they will live in this toxic world. They will learn to grow and eat scientifically, and their parent we will teach them how to live. The skill will teach them that skill that they need to have to
Life
live.
skill,
Life
become
skills that
better
they need
human
to have.
beings, they'll make better
Exactly.
choices. But if we keep
Exactly.
ignoring the health of these children
Exactly. The
from the
life
very beginning, it starts in the womb. It starts with the mother, what the mother is eating is very fundamental. It's no mystery, it's not complicated. Garbage in, garbage out.
yes.
No doubt.
It is, and
Anyone
believe
else have
me,
a question for our guest, Ms. Rita, before she has to leave? If not, Ms. Rita, I have a couple more questions.
well, that's fine. That's true because this is pregnancy management.
And we want to try to emphasize the most important point that people overlook. How important is food to produce a healthy baby? Because all food is not the same, Ms. Rita.
No.
And people eat nuts and seeds. These are mothers who want to have a baby. The mother is eating eggs. The mother is drinking milk. and other dairy products, thinking it's healthy. So how terrible is that for the baby?
Well, honestly, all the things you mentioned, the cheeses, the milk, and all this stuff, they are not healthy for you. And that's why when you start up, we'll give you the food guide of what you need to be looking at and eating so that you will do that. You have to change your dietary lifestyle. Believe me, if you want healing quickly, the food that you eating will make a difference. And I say that because healing starts with what you're eating, what is going in, what kind of water you drinking, what kind of oil you're cooking with. All that we will provide for you to do it. And that's why I call it heavy lifting. The heavy
Absolutely.
lifting is up to you to make sure you follow the process and cook your food the way it's supposed to be cooked so that the food getting into your body, into your blood, doesn't have all the microbes and everything else in there so that you be able to, eat scientifically and cook your food scientifically. So the food we eat make a huge difference. Milk. You should not be drinking milk after 4 years old. After 4 years old, you don't need milk. You get your calcium somewhere else. You can get your calcium in food. But how many adults are drinking milk as we speak today? Cheese. It's slowed down, has fisin in it. How many people are eating cheese? So that's why I'm saying that being through this program, you have to have a laser focus and said, I want to have a baby and I'm going to do everything it takes to get there, which means that there's certain things I'm going to have to do to have a healthy baby, including your husband too, because it's a family affair. It's not
Absolutely.
only the woman, but the man also. If you're taking marijuana, your sperm is weak. It's not, we have to ionize that ionize from you. So it
Absolutely.
is up to you and the father to make sure. But the mother is critical because the baby start in you. Okay, people will say, well, well, why do we always blame women? Well, the zygote, it started in your body. When you have the zygote, going out to the fallopian tube and it gets out to the uterus, it starts in your body. It doesn't start in anybody's body. And the food you eat make a difference. And you can prevent a lot of issues with we had the transgender last week that he spoke about.
Exactly.
You can prevent, ladies and gentlemen, you can prevent those issues if you eat the right food that we ask you to do during pregnancy management. We ask you to eat certain food and there's a reason behind it.
Absolutely, Ms. Rita. And one final question: the danger of morning sickness. Women have been going through morning sickness for so long they think it's normal. Oh, it's normal. You get pregnant, you got to throw up, you got to do this. The body is trying to tell you something. It is not normal. Don't keep making it to be normal. It is not.
No, it
Brother and
is not.
sister, it is not. Tell people it is not normal.
No.
Something is wrong.
And you need to have it reported and fixed right away. And that's the reason why we ask you that as soon as you hear from the good news that you're pregnant, if you're going to use symptometry, you come right away. It's because you have only
Right away.
right away. You have only 39 weeks, and that 39 weeks will come before you know it. If you stay till you're 3 months later, you missed the first trimester.
Absolutely.
And all the things we can do for you, it doesn't get done. But we want to make sure that we are giving you the services so that you have a healthy child. So if you come at that 3 months or whatever, the doctor will do it. But you cannot complain that you didn't do everything because we didn't have enough time to do it. So as soon as you're pregnant,
Or before, Miss Rita, or before, to clean up your
before, that's
body,
what I'm
to clean up
saying.
your blood.
Yes,
Before you get pregnant, come and clean your blood.
that
Remove
is a must.
microtoxin from the body. Remove the microbes, the worms, the parasites, the protozoa. Remove them.
It's a must. Believe me, and I've seen people go through it and they're better off for it before you get pregnant.
invest in that. Clean, because the garbage needs to be ionized with subatomic particles. It needs to be done. And we have a way.
Can't emphasize it enough. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to share my passion, which is pregnancy management, because I've been through it. And I just think that women in the world should be equipped with the knowledge about pregnancy management and what it has done for them. But like anything else in symptometry, many are called and few are chosen. If you're not willing to do the heavy lifting, you cannot go through pregnancy management.
Absolutely. It's not for everyone. We have to emphasize that too.
Not for everyone.
Symptometry is not for everyone. It's only for those people who are ready to make the necessary changes to their lifestyle, learn life skills on this planet so they can teach it to their children, their grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. That is our responsibility. We want things to change, but we're not willing to do our part. Absolutely incredible.
Well, Brother
Saheed,
it's been a pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. And, we'll do part 2 some other time, but we do have it today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much.
Assalamu
alaikum. Brothers and sisters, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the pertinent question that symptometry answer for a person to get their health back. Symptometry have answered all of the pertinent questions, and we'll be discussing these questions and their answer. So we hope you call someone, text someone, do a 2-way or 3-way. We should have more people on the call. More people should be on this call. But when it comes to real truth, real knowledge, people can't handle it. We understand. It's always going to be a few to save the world or remake the world. And it starts with each and every one of us. We have to start with ourselves first. So brothers and sisters, we'll be right back. Thank you so very much.
Every anomaly has a cause. For generations, we've only scratched the surface of understanding mental health. Dr. Maxwell Marty, using the pioneering science of symptometry, delves deeper than ever before, catering to the needs of cells and blood, not just symptoms. With a fresh new approach, uncover the building blocks of your health. Redefining health science. Discover the underlying causes of mental anomalies. The book that's changing everything we know about health. Available now. Take charge of your health journey.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You're with Abdul Shaheed, your host of Optimal Health on AM 360. And we just had our guest, Ms. Rita Taylor, also a certified symptometry health coach and a student at the American School of Symptometry in the doctoral program to be a symptometry doctor, both of us. Absolutely amazing, brothers and sisters. We want to deal with our remaining time discussing pertinent questions that symptometry answers. Pertinent questions. These are very, very important questions, brothers and sisters, that symptometry has answered. Absolutely amazing. We want to pull up the cells and share our screen. As we speak, we want to have the diagram of the cell up. There it is right there. Where does health come from? It comes from the little tiny structure that we cannot even see, that measure 12 to 20 microns, invisible, called a cell. What is a cell? A cell is the transformed atoms. See, the Almighty used atom to create the universe. And the atom created everything else we see. from elements. Element combined to produce everything else, brothers and sisters, including human beings. We're the product of atomic collision. Many signs in our body points towards that. And when we die, make our transition, we're going to go back to atoms. Energy. So we use subatomic particles called particulates to produce the energy to help our cells to produce more enzyme and energy to remove, liquefy, break the bond on sedimentary sludge, toxin, microtoxin, concretion, stone, gravel, sand, marble, impurities in the air we breathe, impurities in the food that we eat, impurities in the water we drink. They must be liquefied, broken down, removed from our blood. So blood will move with speed, carrying oxygenated blood into every cell. The blood must penetrate the cell plasma membrane all the way into the nucleus. What's in the blood must be in the nucleus to activate the cell nucleus, the DNA, the genes, the chromosome, so the cell can function properly. This explains why the person will be sick. There's no mystery here. So symptometry have answered all of the pertinent questions, why the person is sick and why his sickness or ailment will become more and more chronic until the life of the person is at stake. We can't make it any simpler than that, brother and sister. But I know it's tough to believe a person that look like us. We have this problem in the world. It's not just our problem. The whole world has this problem. We're not that other hue speaking about this. It's just the fact of the matter. It's absolutely, we could even say it's shameful. But there again, that's human being who can't produce neurons and neurotransmitter. That's the behavior. When you hear the truth, you can't respond. But nevertheless, we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue. So, brothers and sisters, we have this book. Dr. Norton has written his latest book. He answered the important questions in this book. And the title of this book is Introduction to Symptometry. Introduction into Symptometry. And I'm going to see if I can pull that up right quick so everybody sees what we're talking about. There it is. There you have it. You see the book. And the information we'll be discussing is right out of the book. Introduction to Symptometry, the source removal solution. Every disease has a source. The almighty source creator. There's a connection. The source removing institution, solution. Every disease has a source. That's cause and effect in the universe. Something is producing the disease. The symptom, symptometry, remove the source of it and restore the function of the cells, all at the same time. And once the cell receives oxygenated blood, automation kicks in, brother and sister. Where things happen automatically. The cells need no prompting. They have atomic intelligence. They know exactly what to do. First thing first, second thing second, third, and all down the line, using arithmetic by way of mathematics. They know exactly what to do to restore normalcy. This is how it is done. pertinent questions scintimetry answer to facilitate health in a person. So let's start off with the first question. What is scintimetry? As often we have, as many times we have explained it and defined it, people still don't get it. We still have to continue to explain it. What is scintimetry? It is the source removing institution that provide a source removing solution by using particulates, subatomic particles, brothers and sisters. Dr. Samuel Hahnemann invented succursion to take a natural substance from Mother Nature and reduce it to a polymer, the least common denominator, extracting and removing all of the negativity, the regressive entity unit from it. The Almighty create every natural substance with regressive entity unit and constructed entity unit. They are combined. They work together for harmony. They work together for balance. In a particular, all of the regressive entity unit are removed by succursion. He invented, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, he invented succursion to help mankind to reverse every disease. He was not fully aware of what he had done. He didn't have the technology to analyze it and explain it. 200 years later, Dr. Maxwell Nordy is on the scene with the technology to look into the particular and see the vibrational force to remove everything from the human body that's not supposed to be there. This is scintimetry. It is based on natural law. In the universe, everything must move with speed. It is called motion physics. Another science that we have to study at the American School of Scintimetry, where your physician do not study motion physics, do not study quantum physics, do not study anatomy, atomic physics, non-nuclear physics. We have to study all of them to explain why the person has a disease. The pertinent question has been answered, brothers and sisters. Use particularly to remove the sedimentary sludge containing concretion and inert substance. That word inert means it's getting to the blood and will not move on its own. You have to force these things out. There's no pharmacy that can create a drug to remove them. There's no drug, there's no herb, there's no food that can remove them. They simply add more sedimentary sludge to the person's body, blocking circulation even more, making matters worse. So these particularly remove the inert substances from the cell plasma membrane, so the plasma membrane can become permeable again. That means both ways, nutrients, resources enter the cell, whereas toxic and waste is released from the cell, along with the essential that the cell has manufactured to go where they are needed. This is the process, brother and sister, to help restore the person's health. If the cell cannot produce the essential to maintain normalcy, health denied. Disease and sickness will replace health. That's what's happening. There can be no emptiness. If you don't have health, disease and sickness will replace it. What are you doing to replace disease and sickness? You have to do something. If not, the disease and sickness will get more and more chronic. It's not going to disappear. It's not going anywhere. These are the facts of the matter, brothers and sisters. We are sick because of what we did. The Almighty Source did not create sickness. He created health and normancy, homeostasis. That's what he did. All the way into the nucleus, all the way into the cytoplasm. The plasma membrane must be cleaned up, thereby allowing the cell to be adequately nourished for optimal health. The cells need the nutrients and resources that we are providing through consumption. The eating of food. Well, food is a large complex molecule. Not only does it have nutrients and resources, it also have poison. It also have parabens. It also have preservative. It also have coal tar derivative, coloring, dyes, and on and on and on. Hundreds of blood impurities will also be in your blood. Who's removing them for you? No one. Already know. They don't have the tools to do it. This is what making the person sick. This is why the person have tumors and cancer and diseases. The cell can't function. We're made of cells, transformed atoms, brother and sister. Symptometry is science-backed solution. And symptometry is a teaching institution. It is teaching people like myself and you and others who want to learn this knowledge so we can do something about our own health. We are responsible. So there's a teaching institution that enlightens people on where they are, what they are, and what can be done to remove the two sources of anomaly from their cell. There are two sources of an anomaly. The hereditary sources, that is the distant source from your ancestor. And then the near source called contemporary, things that you did yourself, the mistakes that you made. We have the mistakes that our ancestor made. So not only are we responsible for correcting our own mistakes, we're responsible for correcting our ancestor mistakes. So we don't be stuck like they were stuck. So we don't repeat the past. If we keep making the mistakes of the past, brothers and sisters, we're going to keep seeing and experiencing what happened in the past. This is how the past repeats itself. Believe it or not. Or leave it alone.
Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Sister Amina. Thank you for joining us today. So we are sharing information about the pertinent question about that sometimes to have the answer to. What is your question?
Yes, I just wanted to ask a kind of like a, not really a rhetorical question, but something that is almost like a statement. Yes. Is this why? And one of the things that I have realized when starting to research what is in food, that different foods that we eat and that we're told are healthy for us, and a lot of the foods that we eat are cultural foods, according to our
all of that
culture.
in the next few minutes. All the things
that is why. Is that why? Because of that, and once we learn about what different foods do to us and what's in the foods, is that why a lot of people have parasites?
Yes, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason. We have parasite because we have their food, their growth factor, protein, human protein, collagen is food. It's a food group. So if you don't keep everything functioning in your immune system healthy, they're going to come and feed on you. Being fed on, eaten alive, inside out. There are microbes that you cannot even see. There are parasites. There's worms. There's protozoa. There's protists. There's pinworm in the dust that you breathe into your nose. Pinworms. They lay eggs in dust. And you stir dust up, wind blows dust where? Everywhere. On your banister, on your patio, on your handle, on your car.
Also, I want to ask this, and then I'll hang up and listen. How long, is there any set time that, because I know everybody's body chemistry and conditions are different, but
Yes,
is there any set
laws,
time that you need to clean your blood
every day?
Once you,
I'm just telling you, you have to clean
like,
your
is there any
blood every day.
set time? Is there any set time, or is it different for everybody? Is it
every
different?
day, because we eat food every day. Do you eat food every day?
Yes.
Do you breathe every day?
Yes.
Do you drink water every day? If the answer
Yes.
is affirmative, you have dirty blood. You want to skip a day and live with dirty blood? You can do it. It's up to you. But I'm just telling you, we have to learn and have a paradigm shift. If we want our health back, this is what it's going to take. There's things that we have to do every day, because planet Earth is a toxic place. This is not the paradise. This is not the garden. We have been misled. This is planet Earth. Toxic, poison, dominate. Micro, they're everywhere. You wash your hand, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, they're right back on there. So you think your blood is clean? You have another thing coming. There are hundreds of blood impurity we study at the American School of Symptometry. And only particulate would remove them, ionize them, liquefy them, so your blood can move with speed. If not, you'll be in violation of the natural law of speed. Because the blood is going to have a drag. It's going to move slowly. It's not going to move fast. Therefore, many cells will not receive oxygenated blood, especially our brain. If you don't have oxygen in the brain, you become mentally challenged, period. It's over. This is why people have mental illness, lack of oxygen in their brain. It's undeniable. They can go to the counselor, they can go to the psychiatry, they can go to the psychology, all they want. And no drug will reverse it. These are the facts of life, brothers and sisters. And we have to be men and women enough to accept the facts and do something about them. There's no cure for Alzheimer's as far as medicine is concerned, but sometimes they have the cure for every disease. By taking care of the needs of the cell. That's all you have to do. Take care of the cell. The cells know what to do. You don't, they do. Stop ignoring them. This is what symptometry is about. We have particulate subatomic particles to clean up our blood, to liquefy the garbage, the sedimentary sludge, to remove the concretion, to end up substances. What else? What else you need to know? My question is, why are you not using them? Your cells don't care about finance. They don't care. They don't care about the situation you're facing. They don't care anything about your lack of knowledge. The fact of the matter is, health will be denied. These are the facts. And we're doing all we can do to explain them. So we have the knowledge, we have the technology, we have the particulate, we have the molecules. We have scientific cooking, eating, and living. We have a school that can teach people. We have health coaches that can work with people if they can't afford to become a student now. But the person in need has to take full responsibility at some point and keep postponing and keep postponing and keep postponing it. It's not going to help them. It's not going to help our community. The brain is not going to explode because you're learning more. It will just make room for expansion. That's what will happen. Why is scintimetry scientific? Another pertinent question. It has no other choice but to be scientific. It's the teaching and investigative institution firmly grounded in motion physics. Everything in the universe, brothers and sisters, must move, especially under our skin. If it stops moving, microbes are coming to investigate. They're going to want to know why. And if it's not moving, blood is not moving, oh boy, they're going to start a family. They're going to set up a colony. Then you're going to have an infection. They'll be feeding on you. They found a nice warm place with food. They're not going anywhere. Unless you come to scintimetry. They use the vibrational force of the particulates. They got two choices at that point: to flee the scene or commit suicide. Case closed. We have to take charge of our health, brothers and sisters. This is all we have. Our health is our wealth, no doubt about it. The human body operates on the principle of motion physics, which is based on atomic physics and involves the concept of speed. We have shared this information over and over and over. It is based on natural law. Based on natural law. I see a hand raised. Dr. Rashid, salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, my good brother. How are you? Hey, I have two people here that I'm going to refer to you. But first of all, I wanted you to share with them real briefly. They both have neuropathy. One has neuropathy and diabetes, and the other one has neuropathy right now. We get the tingling and the spiky sensations in his feet. And but I want them to have a little piece of knowledge before we get a chance to talk to them. If you have an article also that they can read prior to calling you, I appreciate if you get that in the short period of time you have left. I'm sorry it took me so long.
Oh, no problem, no problem. This is right in the core of what we're speaking about. We were speaking about speed. Blood is not flowing with speed. Something is blocking it. What is it? Sedimentary sludge. So a person has neuropathy, which is a big word. It just means that circulation is too slow. Things are in the way. They need particularly to ionize the sedimentary sludge, the end up substance that gets in our blood, the blood impurities from the air, from the food, from the water. All I have to do is question the person on the food that they eat most of the time, in the water that they drink most of the time, and the quality of the air they're breathing most of the time, the fruits, the vegetables that you're eating. We take food for granted. Food is a killer. There's no perfect food for a human being to consume to get their health back on this planet. None. You have to remove the blood impurity. We use particulates to do it. To remove the sedimentary sludge, we have to eat food. Therefore, that sludge will be produced after eating. In the lower extremity, blood will not be moving fast there. So you have the tingling. You have the sensation that your legs are heavy. And on and on and on. There will be some swelling. because there's blockage in the drainage system. Wastewater is not properly being drained. There's a backup, same system in your home. If the wastewater is not drained out of your home through your sewers and septic tank and all these things, the plumbing system is going to back up in your home. Just wait for it. It's going to be backing up in the toilet, in the sink, in the shower. I know it happened to me many times. Same thing in our own body. We have to use particulate because we have to eat food to live, but food doesn't mean health. We have to do something else to get our health back. So we use subatomic particles. They are called particulates to ionize the blockages, the hindrance, the poison, the paraben, the coal tar derivative, all these things that's blocking circulation. No physician can remove them. They'll give you a drug. They'll give you blood thinner, making matters worse. We have to take charge, brothers and sisters. If you have diabetes, what does it mean? You have 3 organs that's congested with sedimentary sludge, end-up substance, concretion, the same thing. The body is doing all that it can to keep the blood flowing. So all of our organs will absorb some sedimentary sludge, some garbage. The liver is absorbing some. The pancreas is absorbing some, and the adrenal glands is absorbing some. Those are the 3 organs, the reason why the person have diabetes. And the insulin level is getting higher and higher and higher. Why? Because the DNA needs to be cleaned up to receive the blueprint from the genes. There's recessive gene there, recessive energy unit that's compromising the genes. So codon that's released is corrupted. There's no shut-off switch to stop the insulin from being produced. Particulate can reverse all of those things, natural and scientific. Natural and scientific. Remove the garbage, sedimentary sludge, correct the dietary mistakes. The person cannot be eating nuts and seeds, eating certain fruits, cooking with the wrong oil, drinking the wrong water. You can't cook with tap water, can't drink tap water. All of these different lifestyle changes must take place if the person wants their health back. Herbs won't do it. Supplement, going to the health food store won't do it. We did all of those things. I did all those things. Miss Rita did all those things. Miss Yvette did all those things. Dr. Norton did all those things. They don't work. Why keep doing it? Modify the dietary, correct the dietary mistakes, use the particulates and molecule to remove the garbage and nourish the cell properly. Automation will resume as oxygenated blood get to every cell. In the lower extremity, if blood can circulate there, circulation resume, the cell must produce enzyme. Most enzymes are catalysts to speed up everything. It is our cells that produce all of our essential, brothers and sisters, to maintain normalcy. That's the method. It's up to each and every individual to implement it. You can have the knowledge, but that doesn't mean you have to make the decision. That's why health starts in the person's mind. Health starts in the person's mind. We can know things, but that don't mean we have to just make a decision. We still can decide to do the wrong thing. even though we have the solution. We don't have to choose to do the right thing. We can continue to go down the wrong road. So health starts in the mind. It's a mindset. You must have a paradigm shift. We've been bamboozled, brother and sister, when it comes to our health. These are the problems. Now we have a teaching institution, the source removing institution. And it's scientific and has been verified over and over and over. Speed. If blood circulate slowly, you're going to have neuropathy. It must be cleaned up. Concretion, calcification, sedimentary sludge, inert substances must be liquefied and removed. You can only do it with subatomic particles. They're called particulates. Place them under your tongue and they go where they're needed. They are particular for every source of a disease. And scintimetry provides them. What more do you need to know? The source of the contemporary diseases are normally in the food we eat, the beverages we consume, the water we drink, and on and on and on, that we've already explained. Scintimetry chromographic analysis and have deconstructed food for many years, brothers and sisters. For over 35 years, been taking food into the laboratory. Product we use on our hair, our skin, our nails, soap that we use. Scintimetry have taken all of these things into the laboratory and found the culprit that make the person sick, that compromises the cell. They are in this little book that I'm sharing on my screen right now. Introduction to Scintimetry, the source removing solution. Every disease has a source. They're in this book. The toxins and the poison and the concretion that's in the food. The health hindrance, the blood hindrance in the food that we eat. They're listed in this book. The preservative that has to be used in all commercial food by law, it has to have preservative. It has to have paraben in these products to prevent epidemics. That's why they're in there. And they're not going to stop putting it in there. They're different colors, different dyes, and so many other things that's in our food. Plastic in the food. Forever chemical, PFS in the food. So they're in our body. How do you remove these things? Forever chemical, they say they can't break down. So once they get inside of you, what happens to it? Scintimetry has a particular to liquefy them. So brothers and sisters, we are flat out of time. We thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360. We have another program coming on our hill, Mali Ali Kuli High, and the host is Imam Abdul Aziz from Masjid Atom. Their motto is, we are together under any and all circumstances, brothers and sisters. So we're going to make way for the next program here on AM 360. We thank you so very much for joining us here today.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you so much.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I think I saw Imam Abdul Aziz. We're going to make room for him. We're going to